Hey, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Reyna Ray, and by the title of this video you know exactly why we're here. Like, I see so many people who make these mistakes. I just want to be like, hey, I need you to watch this video so you can know exactly what and what not to do. So yeah, we're going to provide some solutions to some of these mistakes to avoid. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. So I've been an influencer for a while, so I know a lot of tips and tricks and things to do. I want to just get straight into this because I am super stoked to talk about this. So let's get right into it. All right, so the first mistake to avoid as an influencer: saying yes to everything. You don't want to say yes to everything. It is not necessary to say yes to everything. You have to be very choosy as to what products you choose to talk about, what products you choose to showcase to your followers. You want to make sure that you're very, you know, picky in a sense. By saying yes to everything, it just makes you look a little thirsty, and in essence we don't want that to be a look that our brand is portraying as an influencer. Now, you don't want to say yes to everything because you just look thirsty, and then your followers will see through that and they'll be like, you know what, this influencer, she is not really genuine. I don't really know if I want to take her word for things. So you don't want to be that person. So just make sure that you are very picky as to what you choose to take on as a collaborative project or just a project in general. Just make sure that you keep your followers in your head while you're making these decisions. I do it all the time. I don't say yes to everything. I'm very particular. It has to be pretty cohesive to what I'm currently doing. And it has to be something that I'm pretty passionate about. So if I choose to showcase a product, just know that I'm using that product and I pretty much tested it and just really took the extra mile to make sure I provide you guys with value. And now the number 2 mistake that many influencers make is ignoring FTC guidelines. Now, in essence, what that is that if you're gonna post on social media about a particular brand and that brand paid you to talk about this particular product, then you need to make sure that you showcase that and let people know. Even if you hashtag, you know, sponsored post or paid promotion, just make sure that you're stating that in your caption of your picture or even in your video. Just make sure you let people know that it is a paid promotion. That falls within the FTC guidelines. If you're just out here promoting products and you're getting paid, but you're not letting your followers and your platform and stuff know that you're getting paid to talk about this product, then that's going against FTC guidelines, and you can put yourself in a position that can, you know, screw things up. So you don't want to do that. Just make sure that you are following the FTC guidelines. If you want to know a little more in depth about how the FTC guidelines work, just make sure you go and do a quick little Google and do your own research. I'm just letting you know, do not go against these guidelines because they can affect you. And the reason why the FTC guidelines state that it's important to let your followers know if you're getting paid for the products is because they want to make sure that the consumers are making an informed decision. They want to make sure that the consumers do know that what you're buying into has been gifted and influencer has been paid. So you just want to make sure like all of that is clear, so that way your followers is just like, what? I didn't know you were paid to talk about this product. And yeah, you just want to make it all transparent. Now, the third mistake to avoid as an influencer is buying fake followers and fake engagement. There are some influencers out here who are not true influencers. You know, they are looked at as influencers because they have paid for their followers and engagement. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be the one that's like, hey, you know, I got all these followers, but you know, at the end of the day, it's all fake. You don't want to be that person. So that could make your brand look terribly bad, and it can also just make brands not want to work with you. Now, the solution to that mistake is easy. Do not, and I repeat, do not buy fake followers and fake engagement. Just, you know, take it for what it is. You know, slowly grow. Take your time growing. And then, you know, just make sure that you're posting things that you're passionate about. But I will tell you, this is something that will work if you just post what you're passionate about. Now, the fourth mistake to avoid as an influencer is posting irrelevant content. There are some influencers who literally just post things that are irrelevant. You want to confuse your audience as to what type of content you're posting. They followed you for a specific topic. So if like you're putting yourself out there as a fashion icon or a DIY diva or just so many other things, if you're putting yourself out as that, make sure you're sticking with that. You don't want to post irrelevant content where it's like, I thought I was following a fashion icon, but all of a sudden I'm getting all of these food recipes. Like, this is not what I want. So you may lose a follower there. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're posting what your audience is expecting you to post. Okay? So just think of it that way. Your audience that is interested in your niche, if they find that you're, you know, pretty much veering in a different direction, you may lose some of them in the process of it. And like I said, that's not going to help you, because you want to continue to grow as an influencer and not lose. So you just want to make sure that you are posting what your audience came to you for. Now, if you have a few different, you know, niches that you're going after on your platforms, your social media platforms, then just make sure that you're creating it equally, so that way, you know, they know what they're getting, and they know that, okay, well, I did follow a fashion, beauty, and lifestyle influencer, so I can expect to get some beauty tips and, you know, some travel tips maybe, you know. So just make sure that if you want to post about different things, just make sure that you are creating like that broad spectrum for yourself, so that way it's not so narrow. So just keep that in mind when you are, you know, revamping your brand, or when you are thinking about starting your brand. All of these things are very important as you continue to grow as an influencer. So the solution to this mistake would be, just make sure that you post relevant content, so that way you don't lose your followers in the process or upset your audience. Okay, now tip number 5 is a very important one, and one that I always stress, like, oh my God, if so many people would just avoid this mistake, you know how better off you would be. Like I always preach, if you would just avoid this mistake, you know how much success you can attain. So yeah, let me just get into this one. I saved the best for last, and I may provide you with a bonus tip if I'm feeling lucky after I talk about this one. All right, so the 5th mistake to avoid as an influencer is copying from others. Sometimes you can hop on social media and say, oh my God, I think I seen this post already. And really what it is like somebody just created something really similar to what the last person did. Copying from others is something that has to be tapped and touched on, okay, in an aggressive manner. Because when you are a person that has to all the time copy somebody, you're just setting yourself up to be a dupe. And when I say dupe, I mean a duplicate of what's already done, honey. One thing I pride myself in is being my own person. I am Reyna Ray, and I'm going to continue to be this person, whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, whatever it may be. Take me as I am, because we all have flaws. So I do not get up here and act like we're just all perfect human beings, because we're not, okay? But sometimes you not being perfect makes you unique, okay? Some things that you are flawed with is your own uniqueness. So you have to make sure that you're pulling that out of you. You don't want to be that influencer who is doing what everybody else is doing. Like, okay, well, I'm going to wear these shoes and post a picture just like this person posted a picture on the couch with these shoes. I'm going to do the same thing. Don't do that. And even when it comes to like the name of your brand, like don't try to copy somebody else's brand and make it similar, because all of that type of stuff is just going to just put you under the rug. It's not going to lift you. It's going to just be like, okay, you're doing what the last person did, and I don't see nothing unique about you. As an influencer, your job, your number one job is to always be unique and to be yourself. You know, pride yourself on being yourself. If you have a flaw, embrace your flaw, but that makes you you, okay? I've seen so many people who tried to copy people's names, try to copy their style, their aesthetic, everything, and it just always never worked. And then it's like it puts you automatically a few steps behind, because it's like you're waiting for me to make my next move for you to make your move. See, that's not good. So when you're a copycat, it puts you 10 steps behind, because it's like if I don't put content out, then you don't know what to do. If I do put content out, now you want to copy that and try to make it your own. But it's like real people will see through that. So when I say copying from others, you can be inspired, but do not copy. It's a difference. It's a very slippery slope. And once you understand that slippery slope, you'll understand how to be inspired and how not to copy. Trust me, trust and believe. It's very important that you be you, okay? So the solution to that would be, don't copy from others. Just because their methods work, just because you see they're getting views or they're getting followers because they're doing X, Y, and Z, that does not always mean that's your journey, that's their journey. So find your journey and be happy on your journey and make your journey work for you. That's the solution for that mistake. And that's the #1 mistake that I see from influencers, because I get on Instagram, I get on YouTube, and I see all of these dupes. And it's like, who are you? Why are you trying to be like this person? Even though this person may have 1 million followers and this person may have 5,000 followers. But you still have to be you. I don't have a whole bunch of subscribers, but at the end of the day, I'm me. And I will stand out because I'm me. I don't feel like there's a need for me to go and copy what the next person doing, whether they have 1,000 or 1 million subscribers. I don't care. I'm going to be Reyna Ray, and that's what I need all of you guys to be. If you're going to be an influencer, if you're going to step into this realm and you're going to be an influencer, this is what your job is. So do not let your audience down. Don't let your audience down by being a dupe. No one wants to follow a dupe. If someone's following you, it's because it's something about you they like. Alright, so this is a bonus tip I want to provide you with. This is important. Okay, the mistake to avoid as an influencer, this is a bonus tip. Posting too many sponsored posts. Sometimes when you post everything as a sponsored post, your audience looks at that as not being genuine. They look at you as just being money hungry, and it's okay to make money from your sponsored posts. But don't take on every brand that comes your way. Say no sometimes. You know, it's okay. Brands will respect you because it's like, okay, well, she's true to her aesthetic. She's true to her audience. I have no choice but to respect that. You want to be a person that'll take every sponsored post that come their way, because all money is not good money. And if you're a person that does not post all the time, and I can admit, I don't post all the time, but one thing you don't catch me doing is always coming back to post when it's a sponsored post. No. We all have a life. We all have to step away from social media, and sometimes that prohibits us from putting out the content that we would like to do. Sometimes life happens, whole bunch of things, okay? But it's not about that. It's like, I've seen so many influencers who do not post on a consistent basis, but when they do come back and post, it's always a sponsored post. Nah, honey. No. I don't like that. I don't see genuine vibes from that. So just make sure that you're not saying yes to everything. Now, the solution to that is to be picky, okay? The solution is to be picky. Understand that every brand that reach out does not deserve a yes. Now, that concludes this video. I hope this video was helpful to you as to what mistakes not to make as an influencer, because these mistakes can really bring your brand down and not up. We want to go up, not down. So just make sure that you take on these tips and really focus and really understand why these are mistakes. Once you understand what the mistake is, you are bound to not make that mistake again. So yeah, take all of this in, because this is all helpful advice. And I also want to let you guys know, and as you may or may not know, I help influencers turn their platform into a profitable business. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend if these tips can be helpful to them. If you have influencer friends who need help, refer them to this video so they can know what mistakes not to make while getting started, because generally these mistakes always happens in the early phases of you being an influencer. Trust me, I've made some of them, and I went and said, oh no, I can't do this. Sometimes people make them still while they're seasoned, but yeah, you don't want to be that person. Now, if you are interested in working with me one-on-one, make sure you visit Reyna Ray Style. I would have it in the description box down below, where you can go and sign up and, you know, answer a little bit of the questions on there so I can understand what your problem is and I can help you directly. And then we'll go right ahead and just figure everything out from there, okay? So just make sure that you do go to the ReynaRayStyle.com blog and go over there and, you know, go to contact and just reach out to me through there, and I will get back to you fast, and we can talk about working together and also helping you with your current situation, okay? So yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend if these tips are helpful to them and what they're doing. And keep in mind that beauty is not the outside, it's the inside. It's all that matters. So I'll see you all in my next video, and make sure you be bold and fierce at all times. Catch you guys in my next one.